Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Everything Pattaya's first TiT, this is Thailand, podcast Pattaya. We hope to do a podcast once a month. Now the moderator of the podcast will be Claudio. Regular viewers will know Claudio from previous videos, and the essence of the podcast is to learn and discuss people's journey about how they ended up living in Thailand, which may help you with your decision about whether you want to come and live in Thailand. And briefly, because many people have asked, my personal journey to living here started 15 years ago when I set up a taxi and tours website. The business itself was based in Bangkok, and I used an established taxi tour company to provide the service. It all went very well, all ran smoothly until the pandemic killed the business. That's when I set up Everything Pattaya YouTube. I must apologise for the quality of the audio. Don't worry, I'm buying new microphones for the next podcast. Okay, please bear with us.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today you're seeing 3 other guests with us, which we will be having a discussion with various questions, and all of them will answer the questions, and there you can get some information about their journey and their experience. Maybe we can start by saying the names, nationalities, and how long you have been here already. Dean?
I'm Dean, been here 6 years and a bit now. I'm an Englishman, but I lived in Australia for a long time, so Aussie passport holder.
All right, Aussie passport.
Long time.
Okay, and my name is Greg Luther. I'm from the United States of America. I've been living off and on in Thailand now for 8 years, and I've been here full-time since the beginning of this year in January.
Okay.
My name is Stefan. I'm from Germany, retired, 67 years old, and living in Thailand since 14 months.
So, one question that everyone is asking, how did you guys decide specifically to move to Thailand and not to any other retirement destination as Mexico, Costa Rica, Colombia, Dominican Republic, Cambodia or Philippines even?
Yeah, for me it was a pretty sort of snap decision to move there in the first place. You know, I stopped off in Thailand before in between being in England and Australia, and I just thought it's time to do something different with my life, and Thailand was just my first choice, the obvious choice. I will say this, had it not been for COVID, I might have checked out the Philippines before I made sort of my final decision, but you know, I could change my mind later, but I'm very happy here.
But you're already here 6 years.
Yes, yeah.
And you like it?
Of course, yeah.
Oh.
For me, Claudio, golf has been my life. I grew up in Texas, and my family played golf professionally. I lived in Japan for a couple years in Okinawa, and I've been in many countries playing golf, teaching, playing, travel around. I do also dabble in real estate. I accidentally bumped into Thailand in 2015. I had some students from Thailand in Florida, and they always said you should come down to Thailand and check things out. 2015 I came down here to play some golf tournaments with my friends, and I thought, wow, this is a pretty neat place. I felt very happy here, the culture was great. I started watching the news at night, and I would see King Rama #9. And I thought, this guy is the coolest guy ever, you know, and I wanted to just kind of follow him. I tried to win the King's Cup a couple times for him. I failed 16 and 17, but in 2018 I won my first golf tournament for King Rama #9, who had already passed. And interestingly enough, he was born in Massachusetts. So that even was cooler for me, that he was born in America, king here in Thailand, and I've been here 8 years off and on. Now I'm here full time. I own real estate here, and I just couldn't be happier. I just think this is the best place in the entire world, and that's why I'm here.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to waste my life as retired people in Germany. It's a very boring country, and it's a very boring life for older people sitting in front of their home when the sun shines and sitting inside and playing stupid games when it rains. So I won't go outside of Germany when I'm retired. My first idea when I was young was Spain or Italy, south of Europe. And in 2008, I spent my first holidays in Thailand, and I think Southeast Asia is a good place for retirement. And I come to Pattaya, then I saw Hua Hin, then I saw Nong Klai, then I went to the Philippines, and finally I decided Pattaya is for me the right place for retirement. In Pattaya I have everything I need. It's close to the airport. I have many shopping malls, I have a German community, I have the hospitals, I have everything what I need. This is the right place for me for retirement.
Now you took away my second question. Why Pattaya? Why Pattaya and not Bangkok, Phuket, Koh Samui, Hua Hin, or Chiang Mai?
For me, Pattaya was the first place I came to, but I had been to Bangkok before, Samui, Phuket. The only other place I would have considered, probably Chiang Mai.
Really?
That was the only one but I never went there again because COVID sort of stopped my plans, my explorations. And during COVID I stayed here and sort of got to like it so much now I've got no plans to move. So I put Bangkok, lived in cities all my life, no thanks. And Phuket, sorry to say, full of kids, right? I can't deal with youngsters anymore.
I've been to Phuket and I didn't like it that much. And I have some friends who lived in Chiang Mai, but now the air pollution got very, very bad because they're burning all their crops. And it's not weather like here.
I thought the cooler weather was slightly appealing, but like you said, the smog was the negative. So Pattaya it was.
So you started in Bangkok?
Oh no, years ago I travelled there, when I was going around Cambodia and that, 20 years ago. But Pattaya, even though you don't go to the ocean very often, it's nice to know it's there.
I mean, I started in Bangkok because, as I said, I had a taxi tours business, and that was based in Bangkok. And I lived in Bangkok for 6 months and just hated it. It's just so busy.
It's so busy.
Takes so long to get anywhere.
And also,
have you been to Chiang Mai?
No, I haven't been to Chiang Mai.
Chiang Mai is about the same size as Da Nang in Vietnam, but just a lot more congestion. And so I'd been to Chiang Mai before, wasn't entirely impressed. Bangkok was too busy, and I just really love the ocean. Growing up in Texas, the closest ocean we had was in Galveston. And I knew that I just wanted to get out of there. I loved California, I loved surfing, so I knew I was going to grow up near the ocean. And when we moved to Hilton Head Island, that's probably some of the best ocean anywhere in America. So it was easy for me to live in Hilton Head because you can go to Atlanta, Georgia, you can go to Charlotte, North Carolina, you can go to Florida, you can go any number of places. You're in the center of everything there. And the weather is really, really good all year round. And how I found Pattaya, specifically Pattaya, is because, again, I love the ocean. You can come here, it's very clean. I mean, not necessarily the ocean. If you go in there, you might come out with two heads. But the air is, by and large, is pretty clean. The people are super friendly. I own a handful of condos in Jomtien Beach, which I like a lot more than Pattaya. Now that I've learned, it's a lot more quiet, it's a lot more relaxing. I can get out to the golf courses much faster than being in Pattaya. And at my age, I just like the slow, clean lifestyle. And I've been a bunch of places in Thailand, and I just keep thinking, I haven't found anywhere better than Pattaya.
I mean, the thing is that you, as far as weather's concerned, you don't have a problem with weather in your own country because you have beautiful weather, in Texas especially. But you and me, we have a problem with weather, because that's one of the main factors I love. Well, not just Pattaya, but Thailand.
Probably. Where, by the way, do you live?
I'm just down the road. I'm in central Pattaya, but I will eventually probably end up in Prague. That's my thing.
Because he mentioned actually that he likes Jomtien, and this guy actually, he lived down the street in an avenue, and now he moved to Jomtien.
Yes, but I want to answer you the second question.
Okay, so why Pattaya and what Hua Hin?
I told you I was in Hua Hin. The first time I was in Pattaya is very busy. Then I went to Hua Hin. Hua Hin is the same as Pattaya, but a little bit smaller, and no shopping malls, no hospitals.
Very quiet.
Read in a magazine then I read in a magazine, Nong Khai is a good place for retirement, and I went to Nong Khai, and Nong Khai is a good place for dying, but not for living. It's very, very boring. And then I went to the Philippines. Philippines is a fantastic landscape and beautiful girls and friendly girls, and they speak English very well, American English. But it's a very, very poor country. Not good food, only spaghetti and spaghetti and spaghetti with chicken and spaghetti with pork. That's why they're all a little bit chubby. So I come back to Pattaya and then I decide this is the right place. And no matter if you live in Chongqing or in Pattaya, I'm from Germany. Frankfurt is Frankfurt. It's no matter if you live north of Frankfurt or south of Frankfurt, just like Pattaya. You are here at the right place. You have everything. You can drive with 10 baht from north to south. You can see everything for a cheap price.
Yeah. Stefan, you mentioned about shopping malls here. When I first came to Pattaya, everyone said it was like a third world country. And so I was expecting something like out of control. When I went to Bangkok, some of the malls there, I've never seen malls like that ever before in my life. The big mall in Bangkok, just not too far away from the BTS, I mean, it's got all the Versace shops. It has everything you could ever want. It's got, Maserati dealership inside of it, Porsche dealership. It has everything. It's like one of the nicest malls I've ever seen. And that's the biggest one in Bangkok now. But they're going to build one out here in Bang Sarai area that's going to be the biggest one in Thailand, the most prolific one in Thailand. They've been talking about it for years, and I think they're going to have that done, in the next handful of years. That Bang Sarai area is going to be the Silicon Valley of Thailand, like what would be in California right now. So this place is going up, 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 up.
So we have few malls already here, which is Central Festival and then Terminal.
Yeah. All of them are very recent.
Yeah.
All of them.
And when they
before I came.
And when they opened up Terminal, Central Festival was gone. Everybody was over there.
That's right, but
so
it was just a fact because we're back again now.
Yes, but now you share the same amount of customers now between two malls. Yeah. So it's a little bit tricky for the owners of the shops. Second question: what were the most difficulties that you realized after you moved to Thailand? Were there communication difficulties, dating, different Falang mentalities, finding new friendships?
Different culture.
Yeah, that's not only the Thai culture, but also suddenly you need Germans, American English, it's all different.
It's a hard one for me, because I've already once in my life, moved to a new country, even though they're similar countries. But, you just got to, it's a challenge, I suppose, but you just got wrong with it, haven't you? I mean, I don't think there was nothing that was terrible. I'd say actually the food, but I think we'll all agree in the last 5 years the food has gone up, 500%. It's got better and better and better. The restaurants have got better and better. So I'd say probably the first little challenge I had when I got it was that I couldn't really find food that was healthy. Everywhere you went, it was English breakfast, steak and chips, fish and chips. It was really hard 6 years ago to find, a mixed diet, whereas now it's everywhere. So that's one mega improvement in the last 6 years that I've noticed.
But actually you're 6 years here and 5.5 years.
Yeah.
The reason for coming to Pattaya was actually the food.
Yeah, because it's changed. It's got
but
better.
You have authentic Italian, because you've got a lot of Italians. You've got authentic German, because there's a high concentration of German. All the Asian food, it's excellent.
Of course, the Thai food's great, and I've got no problem with it, I like it, but I'm just saying, it seemed to me, wherever I went, it was the same menu. I guess being sort of British, I would obviously gravitate towards the British style places, and there wasn't much choice. There was no cafes, you couldn't get a decent coffee, unless you think Starbucks is decent. It was hard, but for the food. Apart from that, everything else I think was just as I hoped for, as I expected.
And the mentality of Thai women and understanding, losing face, and all the other issues?
Oh, okay. Yeah, you get told things. There's always someone wants to tell you all the negatives and all the problems you're going to run into. But at the end of the day, people are people, and yes, you learn. I mean, I think the funniest one for me that I sort of time mentality was get on a BART bike, and I think then it was like 40 baht. It's 40 baht if there's one of you on the BART bike. But if there's two of you on the BART bike, it's 80 baht.
I know, that's a rip-off.
And there's no logic behind it. So then you just say to yourself, well, me and my mate get a bike each then. They're like, okay, fine, that's 40 baht each. If they'd said it's 60 baht, you'd have gone, well, both of us will get on your one, mate, and you make more money. But that's just a joke, really, but it's true. And they never forget you. They never forget these drivers. They take you one place once, they will remember you forever. And if you give them a little tip, they'll take care of you. It's treat them well, they'll treat you well back. Right?
Yes.
For me, pretty simple. I mean, three things. First would be coming from Texas. We're pretty loud. We're pretty boisterous people. And when I first came here to Thailand, I was checking into my hotel, and I said, "Hi, I'm Greg Luther. Here's my," and the girl's like, she was asking me to see my passport, but she was speaking so softly that I could barely hear her. I'm thinking, what did you say? What did you say? And then the girl that I was with, she was a friend of mine, when tea was done, we said, nice girl, showed me around Pattaya, took care of me very well. She said, look, you're very loud. Most Americans are loud, and you need to be softer here. Speak softer. And that was a big thing for me. I learned to soften myself up. You can tell the Americans when they come here, they're very loud, they're very all over the place. Second thing was the visa. Getting the visa and handling your visa here on a regular basis, that's always a bit of a pain in the butt. But if you can get one of the companies to do it, take care of it, it's a lot easier. And then the third would be just being able to get around. I certainly enjoyed my time in Pattaya. You can take bike buses everywhere, you can walk everywhere. Never really took too many motorcycles because there are lots of accidents in Thailand. I don't want to be one of the casualties. Moving down to Jomtien, I acquired a bike, a Honda, I have a car, Bonita has a truck, we have pizza shops, we have Thai shops. Food has been fantastic. She does most of the cooking for us, or I'll do most of the cooking. And I don't really get caught in too many of the pitfalls, per se, because I'm insulated in what I do every day. I'm involved with golf every single day, and then I'm at the pizza shops or at the restaurants at night. I'm helping her out if I can. So for me, my experiences are a lot different. I really enjoy what is happening here in my life in Thailand, and I would encourage everybody in America, if you get a chance to come over here, where else can you buy a condo on the ocean for $100,000? I mean, you can't do it.
Where else can you talk to 50-year-old younger lady and not be called a creep?
Right, absolutely.
Especially in the States.
They're very nice here. They treat you like a king here. And if you treat them with decency and respect, they're going to treat you with decency and respect.
That's right.
You have a lot of men in America that come from horrible divorces. People all over the world come from these horrible divorces. They get to come here and they're treated like, wow, this is unbelievable. They treat me like a king here.
Yes.
And that's why we all come to Thailand.
Yes.
No, and I hope broadcasts like this one will help to make the decision to especially Americans, because now baby boomers are retiring. Every single day, 10,000 Americans retire. Every single day.
You can live here like a king, like a Roman, for $25,000 a year.
Yes.
$50,000, you do anything.
What would it cost percentage-wise? Is it 50% or 70% cheaper to live here
I would say
than it is in your country?
By and large,
in the
pound
US?
for pound, it's probably about 50% cheaper to live here.
I think it's the same in England.
I think the biggest expense for anyone's going to be their rent, unless they've got a paid off mortgage. So the rent is a lot compared to Australia or Sydney again. But it's 1/4, 1/5.
And what about Germany?
And the beach is for free. So
the beach is for free, and everything is very, very cheap. I have a 68 squat meter room and pay the half price than I pay in Germany. So in Germany I pay the double price for the half space. Yeah.
So it's 4 times cheaper.
Yeah, it's 4 times cheaper. Yeah, and food, when you eat Thai food, it's also very very cheap. When you want your Western food, when you want your German sausage, when you want your German beer, it's very expensive. Yeah, but you're in Thailand, you live like a Thai, and it's very cheap.
Oh wow! If you live like a Thai, you can live for nothing.
But you still can find your bratwurst over here.
I can still
also
eat
the
my
half price.
bratwurst, and I can
Yeah,
eat
and
my schnitzel.
Last thing would be, you can do all of your own cooking here. They have great grocery stores
Yes.
here. They have Tops, you have Villa Market, you have Macro, you have Big C, you have Tesco Lotus. So you can go into these places, get the food that you want, bring it home, cook for yourself, so you can guaranteed have the quality food you're looking for, and go out and eat very well at some of these really nice restaurants.
Exactly right, because only the other day, my food that I make every week or so was finished. So I thought, I'll just go to a restaurant. And in the restaurant, it cost me 300 baht, roughly, to eat a burger or something, you know. But if I go to Big C or I go to a market, I can buy, for that 300 baht, I can buy chicken, I can buy vegetables, I can buy anything I want and stir fry it all in a big wok, and that will feed me for 5-6 days.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and that's 300 baht. So as opposed to the price of one burger, you know, if you cook yourself, as I've mentioned on the video before.
Ideally, you want to balance, don't you? I mean, a lot of guys can't. That's something you should do actually, Dad. You should do once a week a little how to cook when you're a hopeless old retired farang, like a little home meal, like a stir fry or something like that. You know, a lot of guys don't even know how to make eggs on toast.
I know they don't.
They don't.
I know. I realise that. Yes. I'm lucky like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so much.
Yeah.
Did you want to add something?
No.
Okay.
And now we've got the interesting stuff, the dating stories in Thailand. We have another 40 minutes. Dean, my man.
I've got to go first.
6 years.
Okay, you read the stories, you hear the stories, you read the books, you hear this. You know, you come prepared. I mean, I'm not saying this in an arrogant way, but I was fortunate. I've worked around women all my life. You know, a lot of guys have worked in factories, so I've been around women all my life, in my bars and stuff like that. So I'm quite confident, you know. However,
look at me.
Oh, sorry. However, you know, you're going to fall in the holes every time. You know, you will fall into the traps. I did have one girlfriend. It's amazing. I just met her, talked to her. Within a week, she sort of started hanging around my condo. And all of a sudden, she's moved in. It took me a year to get rid of her. You know,
So she decided it's time to move in.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. I'm doing. I just didn't have a fight in me. I'm like, okay, well, seems like why not? Let's see what happens. Yeah. So obviously nothing mentioned, nothing gained, and she eventually left, and I told her to go. Apart from that, I've kind of tried to stay single. I think if you're going to live in Pattaya, you're better off being single. If you're going to get a girlfriend, you're better off going Johnny and Bratton, you know, out a little bit, because this is not an easy place to be single, and certainly not an easy place to have a girlfriend.
Yes.
But you watched the video about my lady?
Just saw it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's more depending on the personality.
100%.
I don't like to change. I like the routine. I know that I can count it. I don't want to have all the drama. So that's my personality. If you want to stay single, if you want every week another girl, you can do it. No problem. It's Pattaya.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, enjoy it. That's your style. I saw your video. It was very good. Advice on how to get a non-bar girl. And that's what, because guys, well, we can all talk about it all day about bar girls, can't we? But I think we know how 99.9% of them end up. So it's the life you want. If you want to find a girlfriend, go and find one. But I've never bothered dating a Thai girl really, apart from one who moved in, and that wasn't even dating.
Did you ever have any dramas when breaking up or any?
Well, I've never been with a girl more than 2 days, so.
All right. Because
Okay.
No. Basically, I'm not looking for a girlfriend.
Right.
That's the long short.
because one thing that I heard about the Philippines, they're notorious for being jealous. The Filipinos.
Thai
girls are.
They're horrific.
They'll go.
Really? Oh my God! Yes.
They'll go nuts. Even if you're in a bar.
Absolutely.
my lady, whenever she finds a hair on the floor and it's longer than her hair, she asks me, is this from your girlfriend? So I ask her, wait, what color is it? She tells me brown. I tell her, no, mine is blonde. No.
My last girlfriend, she visited her family, and when she came back to the room, first, the smell on the bed.
And hairs,
I'm sure.
Hairs will, believe it or not, blow over your balcony.
Absolutely, yeah.
And they'll come in on your shoes, and you can be in trouble for that.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm doing the laundry service for the tenant that I have. Lucky she's doing it. So whenever she puts the laundry in the bed linen in the laundry, in the washing machine, automatically some hair fell out. She knows about it, so she can't do it.
Well, my mate John always says, get the room forensically cleaned. That's what he calls it.
I mean,
check every corner.
That, of course, is the reason why so many short-term hotels exist in Pattaya, in fact, in Thailand in general. Right. Because if you want to do that, it's very easy to do it. You do never bring them back home. Never. That's the golden rule.
Oh, really? Now you tell me.
Really, that's the whole purpose of short-term hotels.
All right. Tell me, would you agree with the statement, your age divided by 2 plus 7?
Yes. I actually heard that, first time I heard that was from you guys. And I went, that's bizarre, because most of the girls I end up sort of hanging around with, and most of my girlfriends in the bars, are pretty much exactly that.
Because in the video that we made, people were questioning, really? So if I'm 60 and 30, then 37, really? Because this in America or somewhere else, that would be...
No, it's true though. It ends up like that.
Yeah. Greg, do you have some last stories?
We know, Greg, please don't go into it. We've only got 45 minutes.
30 minutes.
Zaz and Claudio are two of my very good friends here, and they're like brothers to me. They're always listening to me, about this or that, but I don't really have anything crazy. I've been with Kunita now 4 years, and she's a wonderful woman. She makes mistakes, I make mistakes. Everyone does. It's just life. It's a part of life. But I can depend on her 100%, and she's the one that put the condos together for us when I was still living in America. So she took care of everything. She works really hard for her family. She works really hard to make sure everything's good at home. And if the only complaint that I have is a little bit of this or a little bit of that, but 90% of it is good, then I have no problems at all. She's a wonderful woman, my best friend. I can trust her entirely. She trusts me entirely. Sometimes we'll go through our little tidbits because, she's been on her own for 7 years before me. I was on my own for 8 years before her. And you get used to living on your own, doing your own thing. When you start living together, and I mean full-time together, then you're on top of each other. Our daughters sometimes stay with us. So it's not the easiest thing in the world. But all I can say for people that would be coming here, just be careful. You're going to come here and you're going to fall in love with these girls because they're absolutely beautiful and they're professionals at what they do. They know how to make you feel like you're the only man in the room. But as soon as you go back home, I promise you, they're with another guy. So just be clever. Don't get your heart broken. It is what it is. Come here, have fun, enjoy it for the way it's supposed to be, and then go back home. And you'll be okay. You never want to be on that airplane with a broken heart.
No,
that's a long trip home.
But if you're coming here to retire, which is what the topic's about, right?
It is, yes.
Yeah, so if you're coming here to retire, I would say just don't be in a hurry. Take your time.
Right,
live your dreams. The chances are you've obviously been here a few times on holiday, but living here is different. But take your time. You don't have to get a girlfriend. Look after yourself. Get yourself set up in the condo or whatever where you like, the condo that you like to live in and the area you like to live in. Then get to know the area, the restaurants, the bars, meet a few people, and then maybe start considering dating. But fill your boots first.
You make sure that they know that your time is valuable, and they have to earn your time. They don't get it for free. And that's how you find yourself a
invoice. How much an hour?
Before the time is out, I can tell you many stories. His question before, most difficult in Thailand and in Pattaya is to find a good girl. Yes, and I found a good girl, I told the story on my YouTube channel, Stefans, Thailand.
Oh, he's got a YouTube channel. Yeah. This is the time to promote it. It's exclusively in German. Exclusively in German.
And I have
what is the name?
Stefans Thailand Diary. But it's a German channel, German language for German people. Some videos have an English subtitle, but the most is in German.
Okay.
The series is in love in Thailand, and the first 3 parts I told my story, and the most part is around about 45 minutes, is about the farm girl Nettie. I found the good girl Nettie. I must tell the short form because we don't have so much time. And she worked part-time in a hotel, and 3 days she was off, and she was in my room, and in the night, always in the night, she was in the bathroom, long time in the bathroom. And one night I wake up and her phone beeps, and I think, oh, it's emergency call. Put on the phone, and there was some messages, how much for a long time.
She was part-time.
Finally I found out the good farm girl, Nettie, she has 5 buffaloes, she has 30 goats, and maybe 50 customers. And when a girl says, I work part-time, she don't work in a hotel or in a restaurant, she's freelancer.
Right. Well, let me just mention, I mean, the first time I ever came here was 1999.
Yeah.
Okay, that was 23 years.
Yeah.
In those 23 years, I have met 2 girls that I would trust.
Yeah.
2 in 23 years.
That's the truth. Scary.
But
So they're out there.
But the story.
Wait.
They're out there. There's hope.
Should we make this into a question asked in statistic how many we found? That would be a tricky one.
That you could trust.
The trick is we allow ourselves to believe what they say. We actually convince ourselves that what
Yes,
they're saying is
that's true.
and we make excuses for them. So, oh, well, maybe she did get a flat tire. No, she didn't. She just fleeced you for 3,000 baht and probably another 10 guys as well. You know, maybe she did have a problem with her health. No. So yeah, we say well, maybe, because everything's got a maybe to it, hasn't it? It's like, that could have happened. It's plausible. But when you add it all up, red flags start ticking along.
And if it's happened too often and too many.
And straight away as well. Yeah.
I have a question for you, Dean, because I know he's actually retired, full retirement, doing his YouTube, then he's doing his sculpting. You had a bar or something?
Here?
Yeah.
I did. I sold it about a month ago.
All right. So you were, the whole time that you were here, the 6 years?
No. I'm actually, my background is bars in London and in Sydney. And I come over here to retire, and then eventually just kept going in bars, thinking, I can give this a go. So I did.
This was more to generate some money or to have something to do, or a combination of both?
Yeah, combination of all. Really.
Okay.
It's nice to earn money, obviously. It's also nice to enjoy yourself and do what you enjoy doing.
Yeah.
But eventually got to that point where I thought, I'm working every day, all the time, exhausted,
Yes.
and this is not what I came to Thailand to do.
So you would not do it again?
No. Finished.
Okay.
Interesting. Write that down.
Interesting.
No, because again, I never thought that I would do anything of this, because again, I'm coming to retire. The only thing that I do is my short-term rental, which is basically, when he comes in, it's half an hour.
Yeah.
When he checks out, it's 20 minutes. So this 50 minutes or an hour in a month, what I spend time.
So spend an hour working every month.
Exactly.
Good work if you can get it, though.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to do this again. I think it is tricky to work with Thai mentality.
It's a different world. I mean, everything's different over here, and the Farang, it sounds bad, but we are there to be caught out. In any business, you know, we are there to be shot at if you like, but that's not to say you can't do well out here. If you're smart.
Yeah, but you had a bar. I mean, there's one bar owner up on Soy 6, Australian guy called Trevor, and he made a comment about what's the worst thing about having a bar, and he said, the girls, it's like herding cats. Like herding cats, I thought.
It's true, that's impossible. But then I always say to that, yes, look, I mean, if you've got any business in any country and you employ a lot of staff, you know, it's not plain sailing, is it? Every personality is different, everyone's different. Just coming over here with the girls in the bars, they are a different beast. But they're still the same. You've got to motivate them, they've got to be your friend, they've got to respect you, and they've got to get on with their job. You know, it's just a different version of the same thing, really.
Next question.
Next question. All right. Is there anything that you would have done differently now that you already know much better Thailand? So you've done all the things like you with the bar, today you would not do. Is there anything that you can recommend to people to be careful in their plans? Buying a condo, buying a bar, anything?
Yeah, I'll definitely say if you're going to buy a condo, really take your time. Make absolutely sure you want to buy it in that place. I would actually say my advice, I've bought a condo, but my advice would probably be, do you really want to buy a condo? You know, the mentality is a course, isn't it? Or you buy it, I haven't got to pay rent. But if you work it out, it's going to take you like 15 years to recoup your rent. And that's allowing for sort of index linking, you know.
Yes, you're right. Now, if you make the calculation of it's actually 12 to 15 years, how long are you planning to live in Thailand?
Well, most people, how long they plan to live would be the better question, wouldn't it?
So that's the answer then. You've answered it.
Yeah.
Because I think the same way.
Now, I bought 2 apartments. I renovated them in my style and my specifications. I don't like that I have to call someone up just because I want to change the TV or the color. And the calculation is very simple. I bought it for X, I improved it. Whenever I want to sell it, I will sell it, maybe with a small profit, maybe with a small loss, but I would have lived in the style that I wanted. Yes. And I'm not disappointed that I bought here, and you know the building.
I do have this great building, and where I live, I'm happy. I've actually just sold it, but it's another story. But yes, if you are happy with the building, you're happy with the area, and you can see yourself living in that particular building and that particular condo for the next 10, 20 years, fantastic, do it.
Exactly.
Do it. But if you think you might be moving around, then you've got to sell it, which means you've got to pay them commissions, you've got fees to pay.
So only if you plan that you can see yourself living there at least for 10 years, that it would make more sense.
I would say so.
Correct.
And other things, you know, I would say just take your time when you come over here. Don't be in a rush to do anything.
Oops. I bought my condo 10 days after I arrived.
Wow. How many years ago?
5.5 years ago. It was top price still, but then the exchange rate was 33.5.
Well, that's the other nightmare, isn't it? That's the one you're never going to know about.
Of course. And then 3 months later, I bought my other unit. So within the first 3 months, I bought the 2 units. After 5.5 years, I absolutely agree it was a good decision. But yes, I was lucky. Second, before I came here, I made already all the market research. Because I'm actually using Google Map and Google and doing the proper research, but I'm also a property developer, so I'm coming from the region.
So besides property, going back to the original question, what would you change? What would be different?
Question, wasn't it?
Yes.
For me, what I would do differently, I speak multiple languages anyway. I would have tried to learn Thai, because you can say, well, you're only Thailand, or Thai's only spoken in Thailand, nowhere else. But we're in their country, we're in their culture. It would be nice to know. You get along a lot more. They're a lot more accepting of you, at least if you try. So that would be one thing. The second thing is, I'm like Claudio, we're the same. We're both in development. I own a bunch of condos in America. I do research like crazy. I don't think I'm going to lose money like he's not going to lose money. A lot of people do because they make rash decisions. I made very good and wise decisions to buy these condos. They're a perfect building. I don't have to schlep my golf clubs and suitcases back all the time. My backpack is all I take on the airplane, there and back. So a lot of my stuff is here, a lot of my stuff is there. I would think that what I would do differently is try to have established some sort of a business here earlier on, rather than, the first 4 years, 6 years that I was here, I was just playing golf, give a few lessons here and there. Now I'm trying to establish something a little bit more. I would have been a lot quicker to establish some sort of a business 4 years ago as opposed to now. But I mean, I'm happy. Everything here is great. There is nothing but complete upside to moving and retiring.
I agree with that. What about you, Stefan?
I would change nothing. When I come here, I was well prepared. It's not the first time I come here. I saw the area. I have contact with the German community. The only thing I would change, don't rent a room, the first room for 1 year, rent a room for 3 months or 6 months.
Yes.
That you can,
That's right.
can change.
I've said that many times on the video.
That's a time to mention my short time rental condo.
But overall, I didn't change anything, and I wouldn't buy a condo. If I rent a condo, I can change every year again. If I buy a condo at Pattaya, 2 years later, the next tower is in front of my balcony, so I lose a lot of worth for my condominium.
Yeah, that's right.
I never would buy a condominium. I rent a condo, and if I want to change the area, so I move out.
And it's a good point because again, the other argument, it changes all the time as well. But exchange rates change, banks' interest rates change. But that money, if the guy's going to spend, you said like $100,000. What could you do with that $100,000 in your own country? Could it be making interest? Could you have stocks and shares? There's so many variables.
Not too much in America. We're trying to buy property now. It's a lot more difficult. The banks are starting to tighten things up, and the money just doesn't. The dollar doesn't go as far in America as it does here. And I wake up every morning to crashing waves, the beautiful ocean, walk on the beach. For me, it's a no-brainer. I'm glad that I own because I feel like I'm a part of the Thai community.
That's a good point, isn't it?
It is.
A lot of people do buy because they want to feel part of it, but don't be hasty.
Correct.
No, I think the issue is because we all now live long term, especially 6 years, 5 years, 8 years. So we want to feel home, and I believe if we move from one location to the other one, it feels less home. And I think we are then a bit more grounded if we stay in a place. Which again, Thailand, you can live in a condo, which is rented out for 10, 20 years, no problem. The landlord, they will love you.
Yeah.
And you can always sell.
Of course.
Thailand is going to get more and more. It's going to move up, so you're not going to lose money, especially if you develop the condos the correct way. If you just buy the condo and keep it the way it is, and you don't make it nice and look good and have good furniture in it, no one's going to buy it. So if you have something nice like we have for sure, then you have a good chance of making a profit. You're not going to lose money.
No.
So guys, where
what's
do you
your next
see?
question?
That's actually it, because they already jumped into it. But I would like to ask, where do you see yourself in another 3 or 4 years? Still living here in Pattaya, settled down, anything, having another part-time? We have to learn something.
Some Farangs went out to countryside to meet sun when they had a lady. No option for me. I stay here.
I see myself in the Pattaya area, definitely. In terms of relationships and all that, who knows?
There was one other thing we discussed. What would you miss most about your own country?
Do you miss
Is there anything you miss?
Do you miss anything from back home besides
England
friends and
or
families?
Australia? Would
It's
you?
the same old thing, friends and family, isn't it?
Right.
Apart from that, nothing.
You miss nothing except your family and friends.
Same here.
Same here. I mean, as far as family and friends are concerned, I have a son and a daughter who are grown up, so I wouldn't go home to England to see them because they'd be working, and I wouldn't have the chance to see them. If they get on a plane and come here, then they are free.
They're on holiday.
They're on holiday, so they have the whole time to come and stay with me and and then that's the way I would do it. So there's nothing I miss about England except.
And actually,
family.
when I go to visit, after 2 weeks, I miss Pattaya.
It takes you that long, does it?
Well, let me tell you, the last time I went to England was 2014. Okay.
2014.
It was the last time I
Alright.
went to England, and I booked for 4 weeks. The flight was for 4 weeks. I probably was for 4 weeks. After 3 weeks, I changed the flight, and I came back after 3 weeks.
That's what happened to me last year when I went 4 weeks Philippines. Let's go and check out
Yes,
Cebu
that's right, I
City
remember.
and Dumaguete.
Yes.
I changed my ticket. I was lucky. I booked with Philippine Airlines. First change, no charge. I told her, she asked me, all right, after 2 weeks, for when do you want to change? Tomorrow! Overpriced hotels, not really quality, and the food.
Spaghetti.
Yeah, you said
No,
it
it
before.
was a mix between spaghetti and pasta. No. And I was in the biggest mall, which was in Cebu City, the Ayala Mall. So I walked around there. They're scammers. You go into a restaurant in Italian, they have portion number 1, 300 peso. Then portion number 2, 400. Portion number 3, 600. So I asked the waiter, what is the difference? 1 person, 2 person, 3 person. All right, what is the picture? Which portion is this? Portion number 2. So they want to set you up to take the smaller one, or like, oh no, this one's for 1 person, the other one's for 2, let's take the bigger one. It's a scam.
So, what you want to do now?
Right, no,
We're
first
in
of
the
all,
45 minutes now.
No, that's fine because you need to cut it.
Yes.
The most important thing is I hope all the viewers liked the topics and
Yes.
could get some information out. I would like to inform again, we have TiT podcast, which is This is Thailand, and we have an email which is titpodcast@pattaya@gmail.com. I hope you will leave in the comment section a lot of comments.
Well, the comment section, as far as that's concerned, we want them to put questions that they would like us to discuss.
Right.
Have you got any ideas of things that you would like to know?
And again, in the intro video that we made and we showed, we have the plan now that every last Friday of a month, we will have a broadcast like this with 3 different guys, same questions, maybe adding some, and
We
hopefully,
can change some questions if people aren't responsible.
of course, we engage in
Yeah,
open conversation.
Yeah.
Anyone living here and he thinks he has some good stories to tell and information, please write us online on our email, and we would have you happy on the broadcast. Maybe you can have some additional information for our viewers.
Okay.
Which again, I believe now that more in my condo, more people contact me which are coming to live here than now tourists.
Yes.
And before last year it was tourists coming, I looking for a place for 2 or 3 months. Now the next time that I have is someone who's coming here, staying for 1 month because he's going to look for his house or property before
Yeah.
he signs a 1-year contract.
Yeah.
So I see a big change. And again, America now, a lot of Americans, they want to come over, they ask all the information. I think it will be a very important.
It's the same with Europeans
Yes.
and Australians. Lots of them are not happy. We're
Guys-
not going into that, but we know they're not happy.
And we don't use any pronouns here. It's still only 2.
Absolutely right. Yeah.
For me, anyone that wants to know about golf,
Right.
anyone that wants to know coming from America to Thailand for the first time, get in touch with me. Let me help you facilitate your first time journey over here. When you get over here, we're all at your disposal. All this knowledge, all these years of experience, we're all here to help you to live your best life here in Thailand.
That's right.
I actually have another additional question now that I remember.
Okay.
You live actually here 6 months and then you go back.
Well, I'm 6 months here. I'm sometimes in Vietnam,
All right.
in Da Nang, Nha Trang, Ho Chi Minh City sometimes, but then I'm in America as well. I still have my golf academy in America, still have real estate. My family's still their parents. And getting back on that, with Clonida and her family, they've become my family over the last 4 years. They're wonderful. It's great. It's a good life. What I miss about America, I miss good coffee cream. I can't find good coffee cream, and I miss the sports.
So anyone coming from America,
Bring coffee me, please. French
You
vanilla.
can charge
Denny's.
dollars.
I've been at Denny's. Is that good coffee?
I don't know if they have good coffee, but no, the coffee cream, they used to have it at Villa Mart here, coffee cream, but they don't. Now it's all powder. Just no good. It's my first cup of coffee is at 5 a.m.
If you happen to be Australian, they sell Vegemite in Big C.
Yeah, correct. And some of the other places have it too.
So again, I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Please leave comments.
And also, guys, don't forget to have a look at Patreon for the uncut videos and the videos which are advert free.
Share, like,
subscribe.
Yes, and if you watch my channel and you want English subtitles, let me know, I can do.
Okay, great.
All the best,
Anything
guys.
more from you, Dean?
No, we're good.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching.
See you next
Bye-bye.
time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
So guys, are you still here? So tell me if you like the concept of the podcast, because what we intend to do is bring people on to give you lots of information about all sorts of services that are available in Pattaya particularly. Now, this podcast idea is mainly to help people who are considering coming to live here. Okay guys, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.